Hi, meteorologist John Dawson. This is the Fox 26 YouTube Tropical Update. Want to make sure you're up to speed with what's happening out in the tropics. This is the time of year when we expect to really see the activity in the Atlantic basin just drop off and really slow down quite a bit. And if you haven't caught one of my last two YouTube updates over the last couple of days, let me just say that that is pretty much what's happening when we look back at August and September and even most of October so far. There has been a constant activity ever since August the 2nd. The National Hurricane Center, on every one of their daily updates that they provide, or outlooks, has had something that they've been looking and thinking the possibility of it developing into a tropical system. But starting on Friday afternoon is when they first issued a kind of an all clear for the next 5 days, not expecting anything to develop in the tropics. So yes, there's some tropical waves that are out there. There's a little bit of activity here and there, but again, nothing appears that it would continue to organize into anything tropical. So that's good news. Typically, if we do see something forming this time of the year, it would normally form in the Caribbean, and then the normal movement of that would sort of take it up and into the Atlantic, kind of near the East Coast, but typically staying out of the Gulf of Mexico. So that's kind of the region where we, again, historically speaking, would see something form. But things are quiet in the Caribbean right now and relatively quiet in the Gulf of Mexico. There is quite a bit of storm activity happening down to the south, and that's kind of on the tail end of that front that moved through our area, the Houston area, on Friday. So I'm not sure exactly where you are watching today, but if you're in Southeast Texas, which is where I'm at and where we are here, it's just been a fantastic weekend. Some fall-like weather really came in behind that front. And really for much of the nation, we were able to sort of have that overall. So I want to end by talking about the names. If you'll remember correctly, every year we get a list of names that's rotated every 6 years. So if Anna and Bill and Claudette, if these all sound familiar, it's probably because you remember hearing them about 6 years ago. But we went through quite a few so far this year, and we've got one left on the list, and that is Wanda. And I really thought, especially at the beginning of October, the pace that we were heading, that we would definitely make it to Wanda and we would check that one off the list. But right now, things are definitely going to be looking quiet for the next several days. Of course, hurricane season goes all the way through November, and this list of names would actually extend even further than that. And there has been times in which we see tropical activity into December, but this is one of those years that I wouldn't go as far to say I expect that to happen, but we definitely would be using one more name there for the rest of this calendar year, even though, again, our season extends all the way into November. Wanda, that one last name on the list. And I'm hopeful that we don't click it off. I would just as soon sort of stop where we are now and kind of hold things steady just a little bit. Want to make sure that we are connected. Again, if you're here in the Houston area, it'd be great to kind of keep you updated on whatever's happening locally. If you've found us here, you're watching on YouTube, that's great. Also, I've got a YouTube channel if you look for meteorologist John Dawson. And if you want to find me on the other social media platforms, just punch in @John Dawson, Fox 26.